different variations. So I come into plow pose, I kick up, and I come into a shoulder stand. So in the shoulder stand, I don't have any weight on my neck, okay? Just see if you can kick up. Yes! I'm using my arms to pull me up. And then I can decide how much engagement I want and how much relaxation I want. So just hang out here for a little bit, and then I want you to turn your feet out to the sides, hook your toes, and then release the handholds, and you're coming into the legs up the wall pose. Nice. Leg suspension. So this
Oops. You okay?
this
You
should
really
feel...
have to be right under the swing to do this one, right? I mean,
I'm on a diagonal,
Yeah,
but
it's too far for me.
if the feet slip out, why don't you go ahead and put the feet in the leg loops for you, honey? Yeah, go ahead and just change and do that. That's a nice variation. Usually it's Bob who thuds in the classes, so it was nice to switch it up. There you go, hon. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Perfect. Lots of different variations. You're just more on a diagonal now. Isn't that feeling good? You can really lengthen through the lower back. Really nice, guys. Yeah, and then you can kind of press up into a shoulder stand. That's perfect. Yeah. Use your hands down. So palms down if you're going to do a shoulder stand. Palms down. There you go. So the neck stays happy. Beautiful, guys. So lots of different variations when we play with the leg loops.
so what did you mean by clearance?
So clearance is when you actually flip over, but we're just going to do our clearances like, so I would have to bring my leg loops up to do it, but I don't want to teach it today because it's too advanced, and
Okay.
but I'll show you what I mean. It's what we do in actually the acrobatics, and sometimes I'll teach it, and then other times I realize like, oh, that might be a little hard on the neck. Okay, so we're here. Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
So I either flip over after I come into plow, or I will pull up and come into, this is called soar, or clearance. So clearance is when you flip over, and then
Oh, I
you
see.
come back
Yeah, not happening.
through. So you wind up in your child's pose, and you do the whole sequence again.
The shoulders have to be really open for that.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the shoulders as much as getting the kick and then coming back over. It's really fun. It's just a matter of balancing. So, yeah, sometimes I teach the flip, sometimes I don't.
But if my
I like this
shoulders
one, though.
didn't- If my shoulders didn't do the other one, then it's not going to do that.
Well, the thing
Right.
is it might not be, you might not be warmed up or ready enough to do that acrobatic. But it's fun to practice the acrobatics on the floor because you're only this far off the ground, and then when we do them in the air, you feel a little bit more confident because we have to get comfortable with getting our hips up over our head.
Yeah.
So that's why we start out in plow. And then if you can kick up, you can see how the hips go a little bit further when you kick up. And I brought my leg loops up because clearance means my head clears the ground. So we make sure we have clearance. That's how the name came about. Right? So I kick up and I make sure I have room. Right? So this is halfway. And then I bring my legs over my head. And then I go the other way. So from plow, this is called rabbit in yoga, right? When you lift your hips and you have your head up on the ground. And you tuck your chin into your chest and you roll over. It's really fun. So never balance on the top of your head, Bob. You always tuck your...
I got it.
I know, but just for me.
Of course.
Yeah. So you always tuck your chin into your chest so the weight is on your shoulders and not the top of your head. Yeah. No compression in any of the poses we do. It's my only rule. Really nice, guys. Isn't it fun to play on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do, similar to what you're doing too, is I'll actually kind of roll around on my mat and do little loop-de-loops and circles and twists. And if you're on like a dancing waxed hardwood floor, you can really spin around and have a lot of fun. We have a little bit more coefficient of friction than we might want here, but it's still really fun to just play and stretch and twist. You can really get into some nice parts of the body if you just get on the ground and enjoy exploring the swing a little bit. I like using the leg loops by themselves. I do it a lot. I do a lot more of the kind of quote-unquote T-Rex style with the leg loops, where I'll actually come into the bicep curls and the leg presses. You have to walk back to do this one. So you always keep tension on the leg loops. But this is a really fun one to start to balance and get the strength to come up. You have to keep leaning back. So you always keep tension. Yeah, so walk back more off your mat. Yeah. And then you come down. You can come straight down. She's off to an angle. So come center yourself a little bit more, Carol, because yeah. Lift. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Does that feel good? The face plan. Well, at least the swing caught you. So I do a lot of these things with the leg loops too. And then the other variation, we're moving.
Strengthen the arms.
Yeah. And the other variation is to do the peppermint patty into. So now you're on a diagonal, right? So bring the feet to the back of the mat. Lean forward. So bring your body in front of the swing. Actually, that's really good for you, Carol. You can have the swing here, right above the breast line. And that way it's not as challenging for the arms, yeah. And then chaturangas. Hands in front, palms face down. Nice. Really good. Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
That's great.
So it's called open chain movement. See where my hands are? Oh, see, get it off.
Yeah, you got the whole gym in here.
Yep, the whole gym. I just want to bunch it up here. Yeah, like that. Yeah. And just bend the elbows.
Out.
Yeah, push-ups. And then pull the elbows in like this when you come down. Yeah, good. Yeah, the arm strength will come, and that'll help the shoulder get a little bit more strength to heal. Beautiful, guys. Yeah. Obviously, that's more than a beginner would like to do, but what I like is that with the swing underneath, like around the rib cage, if you will, and you're on a diagonal, it gives you some support to build up for the arm strength, where if you don't have the swing at all, it's quite challenging. But I do these all the time watching TV. Which is really fun.
So you go all the way down, and then you push.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it. Yeah, this one gives you a little bit of balance too, which is great. So you start building the arm strength and building the confidence with the alignment. That's great. There you go.
And
you can hook the elbows.
great.
Yeah. That's nice. Good. Now you're kind of supporting the arm a little bit more. So that's like a Sphinx pose, right? So you have a little bit more surface area to work with. That's really nice. Okay, beautiful, guys. Let's go ahead